Hi guys, I'm Freeplay Frenchie. I'm a writer and content creator for the Geek Life, and this is the second part of my EU referendum I'm scared videos. So the result is in and we're leaving. The UK is... England is leaving the EU. For those of you who wonder what I'm being so scared about, the link to my other video is in the description. And I woke up this morning about 8:30 and came outside my room and Mum said good morning, we're out. And I was like, what? And she was like, we're out, 52%, we're out. And I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. Like, I knew the Leave side had a good backing and a good run, but as silly as this may be, my mum has quite a good feel for things, and she said, you know, I'm absolutely sure we'll stay. System's corrupt anyway, we'll definitely be staying. And I thought she was right, and I believed her, and I was like, at the end of the day, we will probably have a Remain majority. But we haven't. Everyone voted to leave. And I'm trying to process it still. Like, the ramifications are going to be huge. And what's interesting is that so many people on my Facebook page and my friends are saying, it's fine, everyone chill. Like, nothing's going to happen for a long, long time. Our Prime Minister decided to step down as well, by the way, so he's going, we get a new one by October, possibly leaving the EU by October then as well. And yeah, so my friends have been saying, nothing's going to happen, we're going to be fine, and this is what got me before. I don't think enough people understood how important it was that we stayed. And what gets me is that a lot of what I heard was, we need to be strong again, we need to be independent, and we need to make Britain great again. And it's the same for what's going on in America. Let's make America great again. What's this obsession with all these countries being great again? Like, people change, countries change, sometimes for the better. Sometimes you're better, stronger, happier, healthier in a relationship than when you're not. Some people like relationships more than they like being single. And I know I'm putting it in very simplified terms, but just to sum up some of the things that have happened today, people are talking about the UK having a recession. Our pound has plummeted in value. It's gone down to the furthest it's ever been in 3 decades. Apparently China won't trade with us anymore because of something to do with the yen. We missed that up for them. Several other countries are calling for EU referendums. Scotland wants another referendum to see if they can be independent or be with them. These are all kind of like maybes, but a lot of stuff is happening because of this. And France don't have any reason to hold back all the illegal immigrants. Not that I think immigration is a huge issue. I think there's points, but they have a lot of illegal immigrants on their borders, right where Dover and Calais is, and they have no interest in stopping them from coming over now. So, they're not bothered what happens there, and they'll just let them through, pretty much. And theoretically, we will get a new unelected by majority, so a new unelected by majority Prime Minister roughly about October. He will be chosen from the Tory party. I don't know if there will be a campaign within or a vote within the Conservative Party, but that's what will happen. Most people think it's going to be the former London Mayor, Boris Johnson, who is an absolute arse and a twat and a liar and another rich prick from Eton. Just so anyone who doesn't understand this, the Conservative Party is the equivalent of Republicans in America. So we've got the Labour Party, which is kind of like the Democrats, and we've got Conservatives, and we have Liberal Democrats as well, which are kind of like in between. Don't know much about them. The Green Party, which is wonderful, whose main concerns are the environment and things like free education and no tuition fees, things like that. And a few others like the Raving Loony Party and things like that. But Conservatives are in charge at the moment, and it's not something I voted for, but it's here. So theoretically, Boris Johnson, the former London mayor, will be our next PM. And I'm so worried. I basically had a meltdown this morning, and everyone's saying, like, stop crying. Why are the Remain people crying? And it's not a big deal. And it's like, it's a huge deal. It's an absolutely huge deal. And there is going to be a lot of problems. The rich will be richer, the poor will be poorer, food prices are going to go up, we're going to have to get visas to travel everywhere, travel prices are going to go up. Paid holiday is at risk now for workers' rights. Something to do again about workers' hours, how much we will be forced to work, that's going to go up probably. The NHS could be privatised. Also, it's not just Boris Johnson who could be the next Prime Minister. Michael Gove could be one. I think his name is Michael Gove. He's an absolute idiot as well. You know, it's... Our choice is very, very limited in the UK because everyone who goes for Prime Minister comes from very, very rich families that are in no way connected to the majority of the people of Britain. I come from probably a working class family, and yeah, I have no interest in voting for people like that. They do nothing for me. They don't stick by their promises. One of the main promises was that going round, Nigel Farage, who was leader of the UKIP party, which was for independence of Britain from the EU, he had a big truck that said 350 million's going to the EU a week. Not true. Let's fund our NHS instead. And not only was that a massive lie in itself, because the NHS would never get that much money and they would never keep their promises, he's now been on national telly and said that probably won't happen and it wasn't really a bit of a mistake to say. So everyone who voted for that, not going to see any results. And everyone else who voted because of immigration, which is some kind of big issue, you know, everyone from Calais is coming over now and they're not going to do anything about that. I don't think people understand how much politicians lie. How much they lie and how much worse off we're going to be now. And if this can happen in Britain, I am terrified to see what's going to happen in America with Donald Trump, because if it's Boris Johnson and Donald Trump, then we are in some serious shit. Serious shit. And I don't really know what to do, to be honest. I'm hoping that they're right and that nothing will happen for a while, and then, you know, I guess it'll get shit and then we'll have to deal with it then. Partly thinking of moving to Scotland or Norway or Denmark, you know. One of the nice countries. Scotland's nearest, I suppose. Not exactly the best country, it rains a lot. But yeah, so I woke up to a different country this morning and that's a really weird feeling, and I thought I'd just document that. It's a really, really weird feeling to go to bed thinking one thing will happen and wake up and it's not happened. Something else has happened, something catastrophic really. And people can say I'm being dramatic and that I'm making it up and all the rest of it, but personally I think we're going to have big problems now, and I think it's going to be resolved leaving the EU. And not only will this could even set off several other countries leaving, which means we're much more likely to have war, because when you're in a big group you can talk about things and you can have disputes and you can argue, but you're not waging war. Whereas if you're not in those groups, you can't have those meetings and things like that. I mean, you can, but it's just, that's what brought us together. So stop that. It was very, very close. I think Leave was 42% and Remain was 48%. It was very, very close. There was a petition that came up today as well that was 100,000 signatures gets in by Parliament, which is above the government, and it was calling for a second EU referendum because it was just so close. Somewhat like when we had our coalition government. We had the Liberal Democrats and the Conservatives came together because no one liked anyone, basically. So yeah, it's been a pretty sad day today. I'm sorry for the wonkiness of my camera, by the way. I don't know why it's kind of leaning off on the side there. But yeah, I just back to gaming videos and things like that soon. But I could not talk about this. It was something I felt really passionate about and I wanted to capture in case anyone had any questions or thoughts or just wanted to see what some people think. Maybe there's loads of videos about people who want to vote Leave, or did vote Leave on YouTube. But this is just me, my little Remain campaign that's gone down the toilet. But until next time, guys, be cool, be kind. I'm Freeplay Frenchie.